Hello, everyone. Welcome to this energy insight for September 3rd to the 9th. I'm so happy to be back sharing this message of divine help and guidance for those that are watching. Thank you for joining me on this journey. As always, I'm going to start off with a message from Archangel Metatron, who was Enoch in the Bible. I use, for these ones, I use Amanda Ellis's Oracle cards. They're beautiful. So he wanted to share a message. He wanted to share a message. So we're going to allow him to come through. Only Archangel Metatron is to come through right now, please. What would you like to say, Archangel Metatron, for the waxing quarter moon, September 3rd to the 9th? So the creation, expansion in your life. Ooh. Expansion in your life. So there's healing, creative energies that are coming through for people this week, meant to help you expand and grow as a person. Feel like there's more that he wants to say. Saying to create anything, we first have to think it, we have to dream it, and we need to believe that it is possible. So we need to really allow those energies from the upper chakras to, like, they started coming down into our heart chakra last week, and we need to allow them to sit within, he's saying, sit within the sacral, so that we can create from that womb, so that we can initiate and create from that womb energy, and allow ourselves to really create a deeply rooted positive foundation for our life moving forward. Ooh. There are no limits to what we're capable of creating. And we are literally manifestors. We naturally manifest what we create in our minds. So if we set our mind to creating a life in a certain way, then that's the life that we are creating. So we want to make sure that we are living life in a heart-centered way that is in alignment with who we want to be, how we want to show up within our life, and the energies that we're using is moving us towards that. Yeah. It's about taking a moment. So this is about taking a moment to observe our patterns, and thoughts around wealth, happiness, and prosperity, because this is the time that we are going to be creating and nurturing those seeds for our future. Thank you. Whew. Awesome. Okay. On a side note, when there's expansion and growth, there's often that needs to be done it's often done in a place where it's very uncomfortable. So make sure that you are sitting in a place that is comfortable for you, so that you can receive what you need to receive, and allow yourself to start creating and nurturing those steps as you move forward. Okay, the waxing quarter moon is our lower chakras. So we mentioned the sacral today already. So the waxing quarter moon is the domain. For those that don't know what I'm going to be talking about right now, this is a portion of the light mastery map that is on my website. You can sign up for any of the freebies and receive the instructions on how to get access to it through email. And the emails that you will receive after you sign up will tell you how to access it through the VIP portal. So the waxing quarter moon is our lower chakras. So that's the domain of boundaries, our will, support, limits, resource, and space. So it is, you will get, there will be moments where you will have to set boundaries. There will be moments where you need to expand or flex your boundaries based upon what you want for your life. You will be shown how comfortable you feel knowing that you are supported and you have the resources available to you through spirit. Spirit will guide you to the resources that you need always. Spirit always supports us, but how we are trusting that knowledge and using that knowledge within our life is very much shown to us in the week of this waxing quarter moon. What we are willing to let go of in order to step into the person that we want to be in our life is actually shown during this week as well. When we find ourselves in a victim mentality, we are in shadow. We are in powerlessness energy. On the flip side, if we find ourselves bullying another person, we are also in shadow. So there has to be a balance between the two. There has to be the center point between the shadow moments. It is finding a space that is honoring everyone in that moment. It is honoring yourself and the other person. Now, if the other person is in shadow, honoring yourself is setting the boundaries so that your intentions are known, but you're not necessarily going to walk the journey with them while they're in shadow. It is honoring the journey that they're on and choosing your own way. But it's done in a loving space. It just may not seem loving from the other side. So it's finding the words, and it's trying to express it in the most loving and compassionate way that you possibly can. Okay. This video is called The After Effects for a Shift in Identity. And I'm just going to jump into the message that I was given for this week. So, globally, each person has gone through a shift in their identity. Some allowed this shift to happen as they entered into the end stages of this part of our journey here on Earth. Here, some resisted, however, some resisted changing and shifting from their sense of self and old ways of experiencing their life. This has weighed those people down and pulled them deeper into the depths of despair as they look to the world changing. They look outside of themselves. They're looking outside of themselves, expecting the world to change before they let go of their burdens. Identity shifts when they're given this opportunity for identity shifts. They can feel like a crisis and can be painful, as it generally includes deeply rooted beliefs, patterns, and trauma that our soul wants to let go of. The fire was lit to help us alchemize all that we needed to release, but many kept their hands in the fire instead of letting it go. Others took on the burdens from others that were struggling hard and held those burdens for them, creating situations where they were burned as well. Those that released have found themselves planting new seeds, unearthing gifts, or growing their gifts in new ways as they started taking small steps that created a life worth living and loving. For those connected to others that are struggling, give yourself the space you need with love and send your loved ones love and forgiveness as they are reacting to unhealed energy within them. They are choosing their own path and resisting the opportunities of the now, believing other future experiences are needed to happen before they free themselves. The resistance they have mastered has created an overwhelming situation where the soul is asking to be healed completely and no longer incrementally. It's like the resistance has created a water dam. And what I'm showing is the water is rising. The unhealed stuff is rising and rising and rising to the point where the soul is asking for all of it to be healed now. Before it was the dam was like low enough that just a few things would come through. It would just trickle over and we'd heal it incrementally. But now, because these people that are resisting hard, they've mastered the resistance. So the dam has now prevented all of that energy to it's the force that's coming through is hard because the soul wants to be healed. And if the person is resisting hard, all of that is trying to be the energies behind it, the energies we are all feeling, is trying to move this unhealed energy out. And so these people that are resisting hard, they are feeling this immense amount of energy trying to force them into a situation that is overwhelmingly difficult. Because we are no longer in a time where incremental healing is possible for those that have resisted for so long. Healing is still possible, but they will need help getting that done. Help from an energy healer such as myself to help them release it so then they can understand it in different ways without feeling it all. Life for these people will feel scattered, and you may find their energies being projected towards you as they push their energies out, trying to survive in some way. Do not succumb to fear. Do not allow yourself to stay in victim mentality, but honor yourself and others by creating space for yourself, removing yourself from the line of fire by exiting gracefully with love. You will be given the loving words and the guidance in these moments if you allow yourself to lean on the divine energy flowing through you. Those that have been growing and expanding, those that have been growing and expanding, you may be feeling creative energies igniting new ideas within you. Allow yourself to follow these nudges as they help nurture the seeds that you've planted. Whew. Okay. There's 3 messages that came through. And they're longer than they normally are, but bear with me. So the first one is, for those that have shed an old identity, take a moment to celebrate this new you. Then embrace the creative energies, helping you start the next stage of your spiritual journey, where you get to learn more about your higher self. For those that see others struggling, know that these people will be feeling the same energies that you're experiencing, and will either isolate themselves from others as they feel exposed, or their imposter syndrome may rise up in some way. Either way, they may find themselves trying to hide all the deep burdens coming up for healing, but the energies will keep showing them as a way to help them break free of their past. As they resist, they will react in harsh ways, lashing out with lower vibrational energies. Have compassion and love for both of you. This is not personal to you, even if it feels this way. This is them reacting and resisting to their unhealed burdens. Number 2. Everyone is preparing for their journey in some way. Some are starting new projects that they were guided to create, while others are finishing guided actions that they have been working on. Then there are those that have chosen to wait for the right time and have doubted their ability. Each path leads to the next part of their journey. Some just may have a detour. Keep your anger in check this week as you come across these different perspectives to living life. Be mindful of partnerships that have those that doubt and don't follow the creative nudges with precision, as the progress in a partnership is only as effective as the lowest vibrational energy being used with each person. Boundaries are needed to be honored in these situations for all involved, even if that means dissolving the partnership in a loving space of agreement, or empowering those in doubt to rise up to their potential. I was shown this in a different way. In a manufacturing setting, the rate of the production line is only going to be as fast as the slowest machine. So you can't get any faster production. Your production rate can't improve unless you improve or find a different solution for that slowest machine, that slowest part of the manufacturing line. So that slowest part of the manufacturing line might be improving the work environment for the person that is operating that machine It might be swapping out the machine in order for it to be like a higher, a faster mechanism, a more efficient machine. Maybe it needs an upgrade. But in this case, when we're talking about people and partnerships between people, if there's some people that are in that partnership that are doubting themselves or not, or avoiding creating in some way, then it will slow down the partnership. It will slow down the progress of the entire team that are working together. And so there has to be a boundary set. There has to be a boundary set that is honored for both, for all in that partnership, where either the person needs to be empowered to start creating more, or the partnership may have to dissolve in some way, or an agreement somewhere in between, in order to honor everyone, because that one person is holding the other people back. And we are very much seeing this in the collective right now. There is such a division, a gap between people that are honoring their light, honoring their creative side, and others that are being held back because of the shadows that they are working through in their life, or not working through in their life. But the gap is getting bigger. And so there has to be a point in these partnerships where a decision is made. And it may not be easy to make, but it has to be done with compassion and love. Okay. Number three. The creative energies are bringing in more past life knowledge this week into our consciousness. Allow yourself to let go of the past and heal what you are shown. Take note of the out of sort thoughts, emotions, and inquire with the spirit within you if this is a past life healing opportunity. Reactions to others are big signs of healing opportunities for yourself. Send love and forgiveness towards that old version of yourself and others that were part of the experience. Then release the energy into Mother Earth for alchemizing and healing, and allow the healing, loving energy to flow through you, healing you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. We are in an exciting time. We are in the end of one stage of our journey here on Earth, and it isn't smooth. It isn't a smooth transition, because we are literally healing thousands of years of lower vibrational energy that has plagued our collective. We are getting through this well as we can. And I don't want you to get down on yourself for what you are experiencing right now, because we are all experiencing some version of this in various different ways, and it isn't easy. But we are doing it, and we need to keep going, because it is helping us get to the next part of the journey that is so good and so blissful, and peace is like amazing. The freedom and peace that is coming is far better than what we've ever experienced in the tiny little fragments that we have been given. So keep going. Keep releasing the past. Keep acknowledging your emotions as you are experiencing them. Explore allow yourself to release them, let go of them, And then ask if there's any other information that you need to learn for your future. It is empowering, it is freedom, it is transformation, and it helps all of us as an individual when we do it, but not only that, it helps the collective move forward incrementally towards this new beginning that we have been promised. Take care, everyone. I love you all.